Hey friends, join me for a walk. I like to come out here to the golf course, live right beside one, and I take an iron with me, a few balls, and I just come out here and practice hitting shots to a green. To me, it's a lot better than, going to the range, pounding a bucket of balls, which that's fine, but you got to have that experience hitting to the green. We get a lot of questions about how did one iron golf start? Whatever sparked the whole thing? Well, back in 1995, sitting on my front porch with some of my friends drinking beer, and my best friend at the time, Fred Utzinger, he posed a simple question to me. He said, "Dave, why are golf clubs made, or irons made with different lengths?" So I had been a golf club builder for years prior to this. Customization, the whole shebang. But I started to explain, and I got about a minute into the explanation, and I finally realized there is no explanation. There is no valid reason for having varying lengths within a set of irons. None whatsoever. So the next day, I decided to take my current set of irons. I went out and I cut them all to my 7-iron length, because for me that club fit me perfectly, the lie angle and the club length. And I went to the range, hit a bunch of balls, terrible. And then I got home and I got to thinking about it. I said, well, you know what, Dave? Yeah, I cut them all to the same length, all right, but the club head lie angles are all different. Now, the club head lie angle is the angle between the shaft and the sole of the club. And that's very important. It has to correspond to the club length. Well, immediately as I realized my mistake, I went down, had all the equipment, and I bent all the lie angles to 63.5 degrees, which was the club head lie angle of my 7-iron. Well, then I thought some more. So, well, you know what? I got to do more than this, because all the club heads weigh differently in a standard set of irons. They go in like 7-gram increments from the pitching wedge, from the 3-iron down to the pitching wedge. Your pitching wedge is about 60 grams heavier in club head weight than your 3-iron club head. So I went through, got out my drill, started drilling holes in all those lower numbered irons and adding weight. And I did just the opposite to the 8, 9 and pitching wedge. I had to reduce weight there. But anyway, I got them all down to they all weighed exactly the same. Well, then I got to thinking, I said, well, you know what? The shaft flex is different in all these irons. So I took all the shafts out and I reshafted them all exactly the same way. Well, I was expecting some pretty good results. And I went to the range, but I'll be honest with you, I was stunned by the results. I was tagging everything. It was absolutely insane. It was like a magic trick. Not only that, but I was gaining distance with every club. Why? Because I was using the same swing, same power, same ball, everything was the same. So I was slowly ingraining just that one swing with all the irons in my set. My 3-iron used to be my 190-yard club. I could drop it on a dime at 190 yards. Well, with this Frankenstein set, I could now hit the thing 200 yards, drop it on a dime. But the trajectory was much, much higher than I was used to with the 3-iron. It was more of a trajectory that you'd associate with like a 5 or 6-iron. And the reason for that was because of the extra weight I added to the bottom of the club head. In effect, it reduced the center of gravity, which, it got the ball up in the air much quicker and a much higher trajectory. Anyway, that's how this whole thing got started. But while we're here, let me hit a couple shots. Pretty good. Good shot. Very good shot. Perfect, perfect, perfect.